Hello everybody and welcome back. Today is day 12 of the series about buying the cheapest self-PV kit in Germany, and news! We have all the hardware that we need to put it together. It's all there. So today I got a big delivery, a big box with a lot of stuff inside. We have the mounting hardware, we have some of the studs that we need. We have a part of the connection box and wall box that we need, and we have the inverter, which is really cool. And I've already gone ahead and I've 3D printed some of the parts that I'm going to need to put this thing onto the roof of my shed, because the roof of my shed is very flimsy compared to what you would usually find in a normal house. And if you take these studs, for example, they're probably good for hunting down vampires, but they're a little bit of overkill for my shed because I don't have that much of material to screw into. So we're going to have to do something about that, and we're going to have to modify these mounts a little bit so they distribute the load, but still work out. There are some things that went wrong with my order, but I think they're my mistake, probably, and they're not going to be, they're not going to keep us from moving on right now. I'm going to clear that up. If it's my mistake, it was my mistake. Everything's fine. So I'll get you set up and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, so here we have most of the hardware that was in the box. We have the screws that are supposed to go into standard 2x4s. They do have a mounting plate which mounts to the profile that holds the modules. The profiles also arrived. We have a set of screws, we have a set of different screws. This here is the wall plug. We do have the connectors to the wall plug. This is where some sort of well, snafu happened. I did receive two sockets, not a plug and a socket. I'm going to have to clear that up. We do have profiles. These are the mid-mounting profiles. They go between the two modules, and these ones here go at the end of each module. These screws come with blocks. Those blocks fit into the profile. We have 5 meters of power cable where we can put our plug at the end, and I'm going to just use a wall plug for now, but that's not going to be a problem. And that's it. So for getting this cable through the roof, I've already 3D printed this little cable pass-through that I can just screw onto my roof, drill through, and it's going to make sure that no water gets in that way, because the water runs down it and can't get into the hole at the bottom. It's as simple as that. And yeah, that is the first part of the hardware, but the interesting thing is here, and that is our inverter. So it's the EVT 560 watts of continuous delivery. It can go higher for short amounts of time, and it contains 2 MPPT controllers that are mounted to one supply bar, and you can hook up 2 solar panels. So in essence, this is 2 modules in one, and they just share one case. Pretty happy for that. I read some reviews. Some are good, some are mixed, but I didn't actually see any really bad ones. I did not get a communication gateway I'm just going to wing it for now. Let's see how they work out. If I feel the need to debug what's happening there and try to get in-depth information about how they are performing, I might go out and buy a communication gateway for that. But they're rather expensive and they don't really add anything to the setup, except of course if it doesn't work you can find out why it's not working. I'm just hoping for it to work right now. Now you might be considering this a sign of the times, but none of the hardware that I got here came with any type of manual. There is no manual included with the inverter. There is no manual for setting up everything. I suppose that is where you see that it's cheap. I was not able to find instructions for mounting this on a flat roof. There are some instructions. I'm just going to go out and try to find something that fits. Most of it is pretty much straightforward, and we're going to see it once we start putting it together, which hopefully can happen as soon as beginning of next week, because right now we have a storm going over Germany. It's really rough weather out there. We're here in the southern part of Germany. We're not that affected. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm printing. Okie dokie. So what you're seeing here is an adapter that is basically going to screw on the main screw part of the screws that came with this. Since the wooden decking of the roof of my shed is like only about 13 to 15 millimeters, I need something that I can actually use to connect this rod to my roof. So I'm going to make an adapter that the screw can go into, that will then screw into the roof itself, and there will be a top part that basically clamps the two together, so I can apply a lot of pressure there. I'm going for quite a complicated setup because first of all, it's 3D printed, so it is not that strong. Also, if you have a storm like we have today, this thing does not only need to be able to hold downwards, or when you get wind upwards, it has to also fix it in all directions. So I'm trying to make a rather large circumference around the screw that then clamps down on the wood. And that is what I'm printing here. And that's also going to take some time because these parts are, well, big, and I have to print them with a lot of infill, but I think they'll do fine. So this is it for this video. It was just meant to be a short update that we actually have all the hardware here that we need, which is a huge step forward. Like 3 or 4 days ago, I wouldn't have thought that this would be the case, given the way that things just took their time. So we have everything we need. All the parts that I need extra, I'm going to either get or 3D print, or I don't know how I need to procure them, but I'm going to get them, and I hope that we can start putting this together. So just for the record, we're on business day number 12 after ordering the cheapest selfPV kit on the internet in Germany, sent from Germany, not China or so, really sent out from Germany. That is quite good. I am reasonably surprised. All the parts that I've gotten, they look good, they're adequate quality. There's no documentation, but I didn't expect there to be any. Most of the documentation you have to download yourself, put, I don't know, on your phone, print it, or whatever you want to do. That's just the way things roll right now. So we have everything that we need. Now we're going to have to wait for the best time to actually set it up. And once we set it up, we're going to profile how well it works. Will we be getting just the 560 watts that the inverter is supposed to give us? Will we be getting more or a lot less? I don't know yet. We'll see in the future. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.